G'day guys, welcome to another weekly. This week I am super excited because I've just picked up the 11 Pro iPhone and I'm going to do a quick review, in particularly focusing on the video and photo capabilities of this interesting phone. Okay, so the rest of this video I'll actually record using the phone. So you might be able to see in the reflection of the sunnies that the phone's right in front of me. I've got a little Rode microphone attached to it for better quality sound. And here we go. The first thing is photos and portrait mode. Portrait mode's pretty important because we all want to get that beautiful faded background, blurry background effect. And this phone does a pretty good job with the lenses that it's got, and does that in the back and it does that at the front if you're doing a selfie. So it's pretty good. It also does pets. Well, not only pets, it does pretty much any object. As long as the object is within the right range of the camera, it does a pretty good job. The one thing, I had a little bit of trouble with my parakeet. The crest on its head just wouldn't work. Like, it just kept blurring out. So they haven't perfected it 100% when it comes to fine detail like a bird's crest. But you got to give them credit. It's still pretty good. Other types of photos in general, ability to emulate the colors and shooting into the light and being able to still retain color. It's pretty impressive. What I was most impressed with was nighttime shooting and its ability to shoot in really, really low light. I took a photo of my pet dog, very little light, and I was still able to get this kind of quality shot with all the colors and everything. I was able to bring them up. The other types of shots you want to do is long exposure, just creative shots, zooming in. So it's got the zoom in camera. It's got the zoom in lens, so I was able to zoom in and get some shots of birds that were a little bit further away, hard to get to. They were not like a professional camera by any means, but it's not a bad job, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was going beyond the optical zoom. I was using some of the digital zoom, so the object was a little bit grainy. All right, so let's talk about the video. The video capabilities are pretty good, particularly I found with doing selfie video when I'm walking around, I'm carrying the phone in my hand. Now I'm able to get pretty smooth footage. So I'm just gonna pick up the phone now and I'm just gonna walk around and you will see just how smooth the footage is just walking around. Now I've got the tripod underneath, so that kind of smooths it out a little bit more, but still I've tried it without the tripod and it is pretty good. The other thing I tried is the time lapse and it was not bad. The only thing I probably want to see is how much actual time, video time, has elapsed during the taking of the time lapse. It would be nice to have that feature on the actual screen as you're doing the time lapse. And then, of course, the lens, the distance lens, the zoom lens for doing far away videos of things happening far away. Okay, it's good to have it. I mean, it's only 2 times and it's not going to replace a proper DSLR zoom camera lens. But, there are things you could capture on this phone that you might not be able to capture if, without this kind of zoom. So I was able to zoom in quite well on objects and people and things fairly far in the distance. So having that distance capability, being able to zoom in, is fantastic. But more important, the wide angle lens. And the wide angle lens is what really sets this camera apart, because you're able to widen the view, get a lot of things in the shot. So that's brilliant, you know. I have to use a wide angle camera when I'm doing stuff in wide angle, and now I can use the phone. The only thing that bugged me a little bit was that the microphone, when I had the dead cat on it, it actually was in the picture, so the wide angle kind of had the microphone there. So I'm not sure, you know, how that's going to impact, whether I have to cut off some of the hairs around that area that was coming in, but essentially that was it. Anyway, there you go. That's the iPhone 11 Pro. More to come as I will experiment with more of its features in the coming weeks. Ow! Bloody hell.